This map shows the exact coordinates of a small settlement situated deep in the Garhwal Himalayas. At an elevation of over 10,000 feet, the town of Badrinath is entirely enveloped by towering mountain ranges. Historically, the environment here is lethal. The valley is subjected to freezing temperatures, severe earthquakes, and massive avalanches sweeping down the mountain faces. For most of its history, permanent settlement was practically impossible. Around the time of the First World War, the entire town consisted of roughly 20 isolated huts, used strictly by temple staff. Yet this hostile, isolated set of coordinates have evolved into a location that millions of people actively plan their lives around reaching. In earlier centuries, reaching this valley required walking hundreds of miles. Travelers faced brutal terrain and extreme weather, knowing the journey was a severe risk. This chart illustrates the staggering surge in modern visitation. While the area saw almost zero permanent residents in the early 1900s, by 1961, visitation reached 90,000. By the 2006 season, that number climbed to over 600,000 people. As we map these visits out, we see Badrinath is a vital anchor point for India's Char Dham, a four-site spiritual pilgrimage circuit spanning the corners of the country. Hundreds of thousands of people are braving an active hazard zone, bypassing easier destinations to reach one specific, non-negotiable spiritual coordinate. To understand why people make this trek, you have to look at how the physical landscape maps directly onto Hindu scriptures. Even the town's name is derived from the environment. Badrinatha combines Badari, the Sanskrit word for the local jujube tree, and Natha, meaning Lord. According to foundational lore, the supreme deity Vishnu performed intense meditation here under a scorching sun. To protect him, his consort Lakshmi took the physical form of that local jujube tree to provide him with shade. The water carving through the town also carries divine weight. According to text, when the goddess Ganga was asked to descend to earth, her physical force would have destroyed the planet. To protect the earth, she split into separate holy channels, one of which is the Alaknanda River. The surrounding geography is heavily woven into the Mahabharata epic. The nearby town of Mana and the slopes of the Swargaroni Peak are believed to be the literal path the legendary Pandava brothers walked as they ascended to heaven. The altitude, the cold, and the jagged peaks serve as physical, undeniable evidence of these ancient divine events. The history of the site is anchored by a specific artifact. Legend states that the philosopher Adi Shankaracharya discovered a black stone image of Lord Badrinarayan carved from a sacred shalagram stone right in the freezing Alaknanda River. He originally enshrined this idol inside a nearby cave heated by thermal hot springs. It remained there until the 16th century, when the king of Garhwal relocated it to the site of the present-day temple. Today, the idol sits inside a 50-foot structure that looks quite different from standard Hindu architecture. With its brightly painted facade, arched windows, and gold-gilt roof, it closely resembles a Buddhist vihara, or monastery temple, but its bright appearance masks a grueling structural history. Over the centuries, the Badrinath temple has been repeatedly destroyed by avalanches and shattered by earthquakes. Every time the mountain destroys it, the temple is rebuilt, and every year immense crowds arrive at its steps, undeterred by the remote location or the environmental hazards. The continuous cycle of destruction and reconstruction of this building mirrors the faith of the pilgrims who travel there. To sustain this massive influx today, engineers have carved a grueling 233-kilometer road straight through the mountains from the town of Gaurikund. This diagram highlights a severe demographic contrast. The permanent population of Badrinath is tiny, only about 2,400 people, yet the local infrastructure temporarily swells to accommodate over 600,000 visitors in a single season. What used to be a treacherous network of ancient footpaths is now a bustling, illuminated town that thrives against the dark, frozen backdrop of the valley. While modern conveniences have certainly made the physical trip easier, the core human motivation remains ancient, the desire to reach the edge of the habitable world, to find the divine. A highway now cuts through the same mountain barriers that once limited this valley to 20 isolated huts, ensuring that this specific coordinate remains within reach.